careful with P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, now I guess it's Epstein.
Yeah.
Anyway, Luke Dog, let's hit it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. All right, welcome back to the Are You For Real show, where we're talking about real, raw real estate. And no, we're not getting caught on camera like the Coldplay at the concert. What was that, CEO or something like that?
CEO.
Yeah. So that's the big thing in the news right now.
The big meme right now.
I don't know. We were just talking about that, so I just thought I'd bring that up right off the top of the bat. So I hope Luke.
Do we have a license to some Coldplay music?
I don't know about that. Yeah. So I hope Luke Dog's got our
made it 1 minute before getting sued.
got our disclaimer ready. Yeah.
Fired up, Luke.
Fired up, Luke Dog. Get that disclaimer ready whenever you're ready, buddy. All right, so we're back here talking a little bit about real estate. You know, like I said, we like to keep it real. We like to keep it raw. This is real estate like you've never heard before. And I'm joined by my co-host, Jeff Dowden, as always.
Local realtor, avid dog lover.
Avid dog lover.
Yeah. I love the pups.
What kind of dog you have?
I have a Boston Terrier.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who have those, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, French Bulldogs are kind of the popular ones.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whenever I hear, somebody's talking about a French Bulldog.
I got a Timu French Bulldog. So.
Yes. Timu. Yeah. What is mine? Mine is, dang, Nikki. What are you, dog? I always forget what she is.
Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Close. Yeah. So we're going to call her a Rottweiler.
Term.
Yeah. I'll remember here in a second. Anyway.
Well, when you said little, it kind of put Rottweiler out the window.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
She acts like a Rottweiler, probably.
Yeah,
The little ones have a lot of bark and some bite.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, she's pretty cool, though. Anyway, it'll click here in a second, then I'll go. See, it sucks when you get old.
Yeah.
You forget the little things.
Yeah. Mine doesn't click.
I don't know. No, but what's funny is, though, every time someone asks me, what kind of dog she is, it never fails. I draw a blank.
Yeah.
She was an adopted dog.
Okay.
So maybe.
Well, then you say, rescue pup.
Rescue.
Yeah,
She's a rescue pup.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, but that's not what she. I mean, she's a
Bubba's
full blood.
better than us. He's got a rescue pup.
Anyway, we'll figure all that out here momentarily. About halfway through the show,
It'll come to you.
It'll go. Oh yeah, remember that.
Segment 3.
Mm-hmm. So what are we going to be talking about today?
What do you want to talk about, Bubba?
Well, I could go through a lot of things, but
Yeah.
I think we should probably keep it pretty standard and just talk a little bit about real estate, maybe.
You want to talk about real estate?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it is. Are you for real estate?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. When real estate quits being polite and starts getting real.
Mm-hmm. So. Like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you and I were
You should trademark that. I don't think anybody's ever said that.
Mm-hmm. So. Maybe we should do that. Who's our sponsor tonight?
Oh, are we going back with the Lone River?
Yeah.
Lone River.
It's good.
I was joking pregame with the guest today, like if we actually started convincing guests that we did have sponsors and making them use like a scripted sponsorship, just to mess with them.
Yeah, tell them they have to read them. Is that what you're
like every after every segment, they like the guest is like Lone River, like it'd be funny to me. So
yeah, maybe we ought to do that next time.
Yeah,
our guest today probably wouldn't appreciate that. Or maybe he would.
I think our guest would be down today.
Yeah, I think he'd be down to it.
80%.
Yeah. Anyway, so what are you seeing out there that in the market? I know it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
I mean, who's buying? I mean, I was talking with Lynn, who's going to be joining us later.
Okay.
And we were talking about like buyers, sellers. How what's the ratio?
Yeah.
Of like listings versus buyers that you're representing right now, and that got me thinking. It's like, wow, it really is lopsided right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Sometimes, listing agents are just listing agents, but typically,
they'll tell
I
you,
have a good
they'll tell
mix.
you they're just listing agents too.
Yeah. Or
it's usually it's like
even
it's
their
like a
signs
vegan.
say,
We'll tell you they're a vegan in the first 5 minutes of the conversation.
That's a little pet peeve, right? Maybe.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
But for real, their signs even say listing agent.
Oh yeah, listing agent only. So.
But yeah, so usually I have a pretty decent mix of buyers and sellers, shopping but right now, man, it's like way lopsided.
So what do you have more of, listings?
Oh yeah, way more listings. I mean, like the ratio is like 10 to 1.
Yeah,
more or less.
Okay,
17.
Yeah.
So
17, really. I mean, technically it's
I'm having
15-4, but
I have plenty of listings, but I'm getting more action with buyers, and who I'm kind of working with right now, which is kind of refreshing, is first time buyers. So I guess people,
you know why?
Why?
Because of the rates.
Yeah.
They're probably, they don't own a house.
Mm-hmm.
They're not locked into a low rate.
Yeah.
They're not used to having a lower rate.
Yeah.
So that's their first time. So I mean,
they don't really know what a rate is, to be honest with you.
Correct.
And they quit eating avocado toast. Like they stopped doing that. So
yeah. Yeah.
started brewing their own coffee and cooking at home, you know. So but yeah, first time buyers.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I like, you know, it's rewarding to help first time buyers.
And it's shifted in our market. You're like, you know, as agents, you know, you're taught, get listings. That's when you know when you made it.
Yeah.
But man, it's shifted right now. You need to be focusing on buyers and helping these buyers out because, you know,
well, you can speak to this COVID times, which I think I drop COVID times every episode now, but we would list something and the buyer's agents would, you know, and like listing agents would almost get like snooty.
Yeah.
You know, but now it's like the minute I put in a showing request, my phone starts blowing up like,
How can
let them know. Let them know this. You know, we're ready to do this, this, and this. And, you know, it's nice, but it's just to see the whole shift.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like.
Well, and, it's, you know, as far as sellers, I mean, your house better be on point.
Yeah.
Right? It's not, I mean, these buyers aren't coming in and just buying something. They're really wanting something that's move-in ready.
Well, it's a hard realization for a lot of sellers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of them, they still have that mindset of, you know, my house and we're going to make the terms. And it's like, it's not like that anymore.
It's not.
And I tell them, I was like, unless you have, you're priced under market or have a unicorn of a house, it's probably not going to get showings for a while. So, yeah,
I'm still showing or seeing these houses, you know, if there's something special about them, you know, a little bit of land, you know, or just something unique, multi-generational homes, stuff like that. You know, those are still hot and heavy. You know, those usually go pretty quick. But once again, those first-time home buyers are probably a good client to have right now.
Yeah, and plus it's like, you know, negotiating is in their favor because, I mean, they have programs to help them, and they have and they can negotiate concessions. So it's really rewarding for them to be able to like get their payments down and you know, negotiate with sellers and stuff. So
so we're sitting here talking about finance and throwing out how it should be done and concessions and rates and all that. We should probably ask a pro about
a professional.
That. Yeah,
somebody that knows.
Yeah, that's why we brought in Lynn, the lender Reed.
LYNNDER.
That's a nickname.
Welcome, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for having me. No, I'm listening, and I think you are dead on. So I'll chime in, you know, here and there. But I think sellers are going to have to listen to you guys.
Yeah.
That would solve a lot of problems.
I would like clients that listen. That would be nice.
So
if you're a seller, listen to these guys.
Yeah, let me ask you this. This is coming from not from us, but from all the buyers out there. Why the hell are you making the rate so high?
Well, you know, I think, Bubba, you're old enough to know that this is not that high.
We've established that Bubba is a boomer.
Yeah, he's a boomer. And so he's seen higher rates, you know, but I think it's relative. You know, I think I was in a closing earlier this week over in Denton, Keith, he owns Title Resources over there, and he got in 1981.
Okay.
And he
Shout out to Keith Young at Title Resources.
Keith, he was the owner. He too wore shorts.
Yeah.
And during a closing, and he said, man, and I got in 81, and he said at the peak, the highest one I closed was 21%. So if we're at 7, we're
like a credit card.
It's a credit card.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've heard teens. I've heard 13, 15, 18. You've got parents, you know, we hear that in war short. I don't know that I've ever heard anything in the 20s, but he verified it. So I think it's relative first. I think it's the change, not the rate. I think we doubled from March 22nd to July, August 22nd. They doubled. It's not an easy pill to swallow. It doesn't matter if you're going to 3 to 7 or 7 to 14. It's bad. And so, you know, I think we're still just kind of reeling off that. And I don't know, you know, we can talk about when they're going to go down. They should.
Yeah.
But I wish I had a unfoggy crystal ball.
Are we going to discuss the PPI and CPI?
Oh boy.
Exciting.
Yeah, Barry Habib would. Yeah, I was at a conference listening to that.
Patricia, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Patricia, Wisconsin. But I think I don't even remember first, you know, when first time home buyer, when I bought mine, I couldn't even tell you what the rate was.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I remember at some point, maybe it was my second house. I remember in the 8s, maybe 9.
Yeah, mine was about 8.5, I think.
Yeah.
And that was in 90, 98, 99.
Yeah, this was in
99.
90s. Yeah.
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 And nobody thought anything of it because when I got in the business in 98, rates were coming off 9 into 8. And so these guys were coming out of the 90s and the 11s and 10s. So when we went to 6 and 7 8s, I guess after September
wasn't
11th.
95 like a big year for, I don't remember.
That was before my time, man. I was a sophomore in college, but I don't know what was happening in the business world.
You weren't following the charts back in 95? But hey, guys, I'll meet up with you. I got some data.
Yeah. You're like, well, how much is 12 ounce?
Yeah.
Yeah, 16, 32.
30.
Yeah.
40s, man. What are you talking
40,
about?
yeah, who are we kidding?
You knew the metric system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so those rates. So I think it's not just the rates. So we've gotten like kind of double, triple whammied. So, the rates went up. And then you have, homeowners insurance went nuts, right? Then your auto insurance went nuts. So everything just kind of went haywire. So I don't think it's just rates that are kind of keeping people away. I think everybody's looking like overall, like, okay, the big picture, like
Taxes.
Just tax. Yeah. Didn't even mention taxes, but taxes went nuts too. Yeah. So I think people are looking at like the overall, like, okay, what's this going to cost?
I mean, in 85, you could, or what was it, 81? You could, is 21%, but a house cost a bag of blueberries. So
$38.
Is that what the millennials say?
Yeah.
It's like,
so, yeah, and that's true. That's true too. It's like, back then, the houses, weren't that much. So the rate, I mean, could be a little bit higher. Yeah. But then again, the income was different. So it's all relative, I guess.
And nobody talks about the CDs paying 23%. They probably borrowing all you could at 21, buy you a CD. There you go. At 23. So there's two sides to that. And Keith said they were as busy at 21 as they are today. So business keeps on ticking. Right.
Yeah, it's always moving, right? Yeah. So you just got to find. So we have to shift. It's like, I was just talking about, listings. Like we were all like, hey, let's go all get listings.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, let's concentrate on our buyers again.
Yeah.
I think that's the important thing as far as a real estate agent is.
Yeah. We have, thankfully had an uptick this year in applications. First time home buyers, you ask who's buying. Mm-hmm. The hardest thing that we have to compete against, or the one thing that's almost impossible, is there's a lot of cash in the market. Y'all know that. Especially when we live in Lake Kiowa, those lake homes, the big money.
Showing houses there at the end of the month.
So. On the water.
Lake Kiowa. That's a fun one to get into. I can show up with my social security card. And what are y'all doing in Kiowa? What's going on over there?
So, we moved over to Kiowa about going on 4 years ago, and then I moved my office over there. Okay. So, man, we're full-time Kiowans,
It's a different culture.
It's a different world, man. It's like you moved into La La Land or something. Once you get behind those gates, you're safe. But
it's hard to get behind them.
So you got that house and you did a huge remodel, right? Is it?
Well, we did that one. No, we've already sold one and bought another one. So they call it the Kiowa Shuffle out there, and we generally, you get past capital gains if you're fortunate to have that, and but every couple of 3 years,
So how do you get past that? For our audience,
for Trish in Wisconsin,
waited out for 2 years, and so there's not a whole lot of other ways. So we waited, and we lived in that house for about 3. We just built. It was a little big for what we needed, empty nesters, and so we've downsized. But it's the houses. It's in a lake community like that. The houses inside are having trouble moving. There's no first time home buyers in Kiowa.
No.
And so you remove that out of the market. Those $400,000 and $500,000 houses, they're not moving too good. Mm-hmm. And but the big ones, the lake homes,
those unique ones, lakefront. Now you get a cash buyer,
and you probably got a cash buyer on the deal.
It seems to be like I've noticed. It's like a $100,000 homes quick.
Yeah.
Which we hadn't seen in a while. But then it's like higher price points are really moving quick too. So it's kind of this muck in the middle.
Where'd you find a $100,000 home?
I sold 2 of them.
Bubba.
Well, what 160?
Yeah.
165, 175.
Yeah,
that's not 100.
140.
That's not 100.
Yeah, it's close.
Well,
in today's world,
yeah,
that's about as close as you can get to 100.
Home,
you got a 1 in front of it.
I did one for 189 up here in Sherman, Denison earlier this year.
They're there. I mean, it's they need some work typically,
and I loved it because it was a police officer, young, police officer that bought it. And you were talking about first time home buyers. If y'all remember back 2008 and 9, police officers, some of those guys, and they even discounted some of those foreclosed homes so that those police officers got that extra special deal. But and my father-in-law was a police officer, Tom Pollard. He was here in Sherman for 30 years, so I got a soft spot for those guys. But when they
depending on the day, right?
Depending on the day, as long as on the good side of the law. But it was good to see those guys, and it reminds me a lot of what we're seeing with first-time home buyers and some of these guys that maybe couldn't compete. 3 or 4 years ago, they've got a shot, so why not?
They did.
And like you said, the rates, they never had a rate before. So they'd rather have 5 than 7. But I think it's a smart move. And I'm seeing some really young, I don't want to call them kids, but young adults. In the marketplace, 23, 24, 25. It's a good time.
Those are kids. Those are kids too.
Feels like kids.
Those are kids.
It feels like kids.
Yeah.
So, we hear a lot of talk about, rentals right now, just because the rates are high, and sometimes people are going, maybe I should rent now versus buy, and I've done it. I've run the numbers, and I'm going, I mean, if you're looking if you're just concentrating on just your payment,
pure month to month,
month to month, you're not really dead set on being a homeowner, or maybe dead set on living in a certain community, then maybe right now renting is the right thing to do for a minute. I mean, it's hard to say. People in our industry usually don't say that's the way to go.
That's taboo. Because it's usually like you're throwing your money away, but it's like. It gives you flexibility, so it's not, I don't know. I'm very pro, like if you want to rent, but I think it's, obviously you can get in the argument of, building equity, appreciation, all that kind of stuff. But month to month now, like mortgages are higher than rent, when I first got into it, it's kind of like and for an investor, it's kind of like the 1% rule. But that doesn't exist anymore.
No, so, somebody was asking me about that. I was like, no, that's a long time ago. Yeah, that rule of thumb is gone.
That was about 10 years ago.
And you talk about building equity and stuff. You and I were talking about some of these new communities of new homes, new construction. If you bought a new home back in 22, and now you're trying to sell, it's tough because those new homes have come down. I mean. Not just 10 grand, $100,000, and so it's
phase
tough.
2 and phase 3 are kicking you right now. So,
There was a wise man named Randy Sanders. If y'all know John Sanders over in Whitesboro, his dad Randy. I was maybe 25 in the business. I was young. I went in there one time and I had a chance to buy something or rent. And Randy Sanders, speaking of taboos, said. It's always cheaper to rent than it is to buy. He said, I don't care if you're talking about a house, your office that you're in. He said, but you can't build wealth that way.
No.
Which is true.
And it was true.
Yeah.
And so it may be the time to rent for the short period of time, but I think, yes, it's taboo. But the old man was probably right. It's always cheaper. So if you're just trying to get started, we know because our kids are 22, 24, 25, 31. And they're in that age of going, golly, how do we buy a house in here? And so we're dealing with it, on a personal note. And so when is that time? I think when I don't know what that time is when you feel ready, but you're
never ready. But
never ready.
Yeah. No, but maybe it's not a house that you invest in. Maybe it's something else, land, that's a little bit cheaper and sit on it. Because if it's growing, if you can buy it right, and it grows, I mean, it's better to put your money into something like that than it is, into a savings account or something like that.
I got a question for you on the flip. People that say they did buy in 2020, 2022 and are carrying like a 2%, how many of those are you seeing that are like, hey, maybe I'll rent this and then purchase something else with the higher rate because they can, float that? But
I see a lot of people think about it and then they don't.
Yeah,
I think when they look at what
cash not match up, or
I think so. I think partially they look at it and go, "Wow, maybe I can't rent it for what I thought I could," or even worse, they look at that new payment with that new rate, and they're used to a $3,000 payment. The new one's $7,000. They're like, what if I can't? What if they don't pay the rent? What if?" And I'm like, you got to be ready. I mean, if you got to be able to cover the nut there if it doesn't go down, and it's scary, and so. I think in theory that's good. The second thing is I think it's hard to get access that equity that they've got in there. If they've got 100,000,
follow up like what would you like? DSCR or something like that, or
I mean those are the I mean, that's an answer to a lot of the problems out there, you know, on those type loans. But I think we call it the golden handcuffs. I don't know what y'all call it. But we call it the golden handcuffs. They're just stuck in a really good position. Yeah. And so about the only way to pull yourself out of it is just when you're ready. You know, I mean, if you got 4 kids and two bedrooms, at some point you're going to up that rate. But to me, those are the ones that if you've got a family of 4 and I think there's just some, I don't know what the fear factor is, but in theory it looks good. But if you can't access the funds, and we've done some second liens, we put those in some, but maybe a house that you bought in 22, I don't know if there'd be equity to pull a second lien out of it to put a down payment on another one. And even if you can, a lot of them go, well, what if I'm going to keep this for a rental and they owe $300,000? They go, but I need $100,000 to put down on the other one. So now they've taken it cash flow. Yeah. They've taken another 100 against that one to buy this one at an 8% rate. And now their rent's $3,000, but their payments all in $3,400. They're like, now we're underwater. Yeah. So I think it sounds good, and I think a lot of people, yes, there are people that are certainly do it, but I think there's more that are they're cashing in and going on to the next one.
You gotta know what you're doing, I guess. And
yeah, it's kind of like where we're at. I mean, 2.5%.
Yeah,
it's like I got a ton of equity, but I'm like, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
to do anything.
Another issue, and this is something that I don't know if y'all have talked about, but an issue that we have is those guys that borrowed at 3%, right? Mm-hmm. And they have $1 million house and they've borrowed $300,000, but maybe back in 21 or 22, when they refinance, they're like, you know what? I think I will take $20,000, pay my car off, or credit card, or put a gazebo in, or whatever they were going to do. Well, the problem is now, and I don't know how Oklahoma works, but in Texas, it's a 50A6. It's the home equity. You can only have one at a time, and so now they've got these 3% rates and a $300,000 note, and you can't access it.
Yeah,
you can't take a second lien. You can't without paying off the first.
Paying off the first one,
and they're not going to pay off the first, so they're just sitting here going, well, I mean, I got $1 million house, I got $700,000 reckon, I can't get to it.
Yeah, and
so that's been a strain. For a lot of people, a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
We've learned when all this started, when we started doing second liens back in 22, we didn't ask those questions, and we got burned a couple of times. The title work came in, and they were like 50A6, and oh my God, we'd just pay for the appraisal and tell them I'm sorry, we messed up. Now the first question is, have you ever taken cash out, on your property? And you'd be surprised how many people did. You know? All it was hit you for a quarter of a point. You can get an extra $50,000. Yeah, I mean everybody's doing it. So
get that kitchen remodel, get that triple new bathroom,
free money. It's 2.5, 3, whatever.
Free money,
free. I
think that's economics 101. 10 staffel. There's no such thing as a free lunch. So
no such thing as free lunch. I like that one.
I'll name drop Miss Friend.
Boom.
Economics teacher from Sherman High School. So
who was it again?
Miss Friend. Miss Friend.
I recognize that name.
Well, you're Pottsboro. So.
I know, but I knew a lot of people from Sherman.
Okay.
Anyway,
back when you're driving your IROC Z up to
it's a Trans Am 1980 model. Yeah, black on black, gold eagle. What did you have back in high school?
68 Mustang.
Yeah. My sister had a 66 Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have mine.
Jeff?
It started with an 85 Lancer.
Yeah.
And that was Dodge. So that was Dodge before Lancer. Mitsubishi got it. So
was that a 2-door?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Coupe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rustin primer. So
were you a contractor back then? Show up in a coupe?
I was poor.
I think we all were.
We were talking about red flags, and I said if a contractor pulled up in a coupe, a 2-door coupe, I said that's a red flag. We pulled up to work on your house.
He doesn't have a ladder.
The ladder's hanging out the window or something like that.
God. Yeah. I kind of want to see that, but just not at my house.
The
neighbors or something.
Yeah.
So, for a buyer out there, since we're hitting on rates and all that stuff, what's the best program right now for the best rates?
2-1 buy down. It has been for the last 2 or 3 years. It just seems like, I think now you guys are the pros, y'all are listing, but I think just now listing agents are like, we got to do something. I mean, what is it? I've seen stuff from $9,000 credit, Nebraska furniture credit cards. I don't even know if that closed or not.
That in underwriting?
Yeah, I was like, you got to put it on the CD. Like, we're going to do it outside of closing. I said, I don't know. All right.
Is that a line item?
Like, I don't even know.
What's this?
But,
one NFM, 9,000.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, so we've seen some
provisions.
some creative stuff. But, to me, that 2-1 buy down, we've had it. It's been used. It feels like we were using it a couple of years ago, and then it kind of went by the wayside. And it's back. Yeah. It's back now pretty heavy, man. I mean, we're using it, left and right. So, in a short definition is, when you're doing a 2-1 buy down, essentially it's probably, I don't know, 2.2 or 2.3% of the loan amount. So if your loan amount's, for round numbers, $1 million, the 2-1 buy down would be, well, on that one it'd be a big number.
You can tell Lynn works like
That's what I was about to say. It's $1 million.
Yeah.
You can tighten that down there on the bottom down. No. On the
technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Yeah, right here. See right here.
Gotcha.
Right
there.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, see, it's real.
Moving on.
Raw real estate.
Real raw.
Yeah, raw.
Anyway, so the 2-1.
So yeah, the 2-1. So if you had $100,000 house,
there you go. Now you're speaking of language.
Yeah, the calculation is not exactly right, but it's probably 2.2%. So, on that small of a loan, it would be $2,200. So, but on a $500,000, what would that be? 12 grand. Mm-hmm. And that's not much for your sellers to be given. I don't care what price range you're in, 200, 400.
Well, and all new construction's paying these, and they're buying it down. So it's like,
yeah,
and we have so much new construction here that if you want to be competitive, you almost have to go out the gate with it. So.
Yeah, you have to. And I mean, those guys, when they go with the builder, I always tell them, if they call me and say, hey, I'm going to go look at these new builds, I tell them to go talk to the new builder.
Yeah. Send
me your deal, and I'll tell you if it's not good, which we know it's going to be good. I mean, those guys are getting 15 or 20, y'all know. And so I don't know that we can compete with that. I don't even think we try. But they're giving them on those $20,000 deals. You can imagine what we could do with that. I mean, a 2-1 buy down plus all your closing costs. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people come in, they want to buy the rate down. They naturally just, it's 7%. What if I buy it 6.5%?
Yeah.
Or 6 3/4. It wouldn't cost that much more money to do a 2-1 buy down if we didn't finish what that was. That just buys your rate down for 2 points the first year, 1 point the second year, and then 0 for those guys that may not know what those are. They're kind of standard in our industry right now. But to me, that seems to be the best deal, best spent money with because I think people have the mindset, hopefully, optimistically, that rates are going to go down over the last year or two. We thought that a year ago, so we'll see what happens over the next
year.
So
those people that are dating the rate.
Marrying the house.
Yeah.
Dating the rate.
Now we're getting divorces.
Yeah. Divorces, daggum rate. Yeah.
Divorces spouse.
I had a lender. She came into my office one day, and that was, she came in hard and heavy with that. Date the rate, marry the house. And I'm like, oh my God, are you crazy?
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, as a lender, I mean, I know a lot of lenders were.
I mean, that was the thing. They were all doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like going, oh my gosh, like we have no idea. No one has control over that.
No, you don't.
And now, like, what's happened? Those years ago when they were saying
that,
and these people,
that's how
they bought into it.
And that's the thing. 2 years ago, we were doing these 2-1 buy downs because 2 years later we were going to be.
Yeah, you're going to be back down.
Yeah. Well, and I think at that time we were like low 6s to high 5s too. So
we were probably even better.
Yeah. So it was like,
and we're probably worse now.
Yeah. Right.
So those 2-1 buy downs kind of. So I'm not pushing them in the fact. Everybody thinks that rates are going to go down. What Fannie Mae 6 1/8 by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually true.
I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. And I know it'll happen. It's not an overly popular thing to say, but in my mind, if they hold a little bit, sellers don't want to hear this. I represent buyers, all day long. But the longer these rates hold, the more these houses are going to come down a little bit. And for the overall health of the industry, I don't think it's a bad thing. And these guys had 200,000. There's equity everywhere. We all see. I mean, y'all are doing the listings, but there's equity everywhere. If they had 300, now they only have 260. It's not going to make it so that they can't go buy another house. Yeah. They're going to eat into their equity a little bit, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the houses. I mean, we look at it and go, it's too much money. And you walk on. You look at the next one.
Yeah. And right now we're flooded with inventory right now.
Yeah, so everything looks like too much money.
I mean, everything's, and if someone goes, oh, that's just a little too much. I mean, they have choices, and that's why we see everything move. People are moving so slow. Even our buyers, sometimes they're taking their time.
Yeah.
They're really just like going, they're doing their homework. Like,
they are, and they almost. We were having lunch with some real estate agents at lunch today, and I said it's almost like the buyers want it to fall apart because they'll get in there. As y'all know, they'll find another one online and go, huh.
Hey, I do hate that. Like you get one listed under contract, then you see another one pop up, you go, oh my God.
I had a buyer that had 3 under contract at one time.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's happening.
Yeah.
And, whichever one works out the best.
They call me. They're like, can we do this? I'm like, you can.
You can, yeah.
They got the one they wanted. And
I see more of that.
Yeah.
More low ball offers, more waiting for them to, and
that's the hardest parts of low ball offers because it's like hard to like determine what exactly is a low ball offer right now. I mean, you can put the comps, but the comps aren't really current with where the market's heading.
Especially like where we live out here. It's like sometimes, I mean, it's really sparse, like, they're unique property, instead of just your regular neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Come to Lake Kiowa. Everything's unique out there.
Like I said, I'll be there in a couple weeks.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Well, stop by and say hi to us.
I will.
Yeah, our office is right there at the gate. As soon as you come out of the gate of Lake Kiowa, there's American National Bank and Trust, and Lake Kiowa Realty's right next to me. I'll introduce you to my buddy Brandon over there. He's been over there selling for, 30 years. Those Kiowa guys, they stay pretty much behind the gate.
Yeah.
They've got their area out there.
Yeah.
It feeds the family, and they don't do a lot of hustling outside of there.
Not a lot of TikToks going on at Lake Kiowa.
No, there's some. There's a couple of
Lake Kiowa.
Yeah,
I could see Lynn doing a little TikTok action.
Lynn's got the personality for it.
No, he does.
And I'm also I'm a youngster out there.
You were doing a lot of videos.
I was, and I'm glad you asked.
I think you were paying somebody way too much for them.
I was paying way too much.
But they look good though.
The problem with that was I was buying content because I couldn't come up with all that. So I was buying content, and I quit believing what I was saying. And when I did that, I quit doing reels. So that is my excuse now. Why I haven't got my,
Are you for real?
I'm not kidding. And if you go back and look at some of those reels, I was buying it and was saying, houses can't come down. They can't come down. I was like,
you said Marry the House Day 3, didn't you? That was
it.
Yeah. That was the finals.
I'd lead off with
shit.
Yeah. And so I started thinking, what am I saying? I've seen it before. These houses can come down. I'm afraid somebody's going to come in a year from now. And so I wasn't, and I think I was to the point where I was pushing those reels a little bit hard. They would want me to put 3 a week out.
Yeah.
I really only want to do 1 or 2. You
get that algorithm, bro.
Yeah. And that was it. You had to keep it going. I wanted to do 1 or 2. And so, instead of pulling back, I just haven't done, any and the cost. There are better prices out there.
Yeah.
I was paying $1,200 a month for those reels, I think, for the edit.
Yeah.
But I can't edit.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody that could edit. So those guys could up in Reno, Nevada.
There you go. Oh, outsourced too.
Yeah.
AI now.
Yeah. There you go. Oh man, the AIs are, it's tricky because I see some that I'm like, okay, that's good. But then I see some.
You can tell.
I'm like,
you have to, you have to pay, you have to get the right.
Yeah.
You don't.
But I think like being a video, somebody does video, you can easily,
you can
maybe the public
it.
Can't, I don't know, but I think they can. But.
Yeah, AI is. So, do you guys for your approvals and all that? Are y'all using AI?
Not yet. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a possibility, but I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
I don't know what you can't not do through AI.
I don't know what could go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Hey, Grok.
Transformers.
Yeah. It's pretty
cool. No, but I'll be doing a little bit of research on that just to see what that looks like if it's out there.
No, it's out there. I've heard some lenders, some VA guys I know that are definitely using it.
The VA guys are in the market. We closed 2 so far. We got 1 more. We closed 3 this month.
Okay.
I mentioned something earlier. We had it's crazy. I had a 100% disabled veteran, and we're seeing more 100% disabled veterans, in the marketplace. And if you're a disabled veteran, y'all know you get your taxes waived and all the good things. Well, this guy fought for the country. Well, they pulled money out of their 401k and they did everything right. They wanted to put a down payment even though you don't have to on a VA. got to close and sent their wire 2 days early. They had their moving truck coming in at 11 o'clock in the morning on the day of closing, which was pretty brazen. But we got our part funded. Well, I started getting texts from all the realtors like, hey, when's it going to fund? I was like, I don't know. It funded. And finally, the title company came back and said, no, it's not funded because we didn't get the wire from the buyer. And unfortunately, the wire was rejected and went back. At least the title company said it went back to the buyer's bank. Well, movers were sitting out there at 11 o'clock. They couldn't find their money, and they went back to SoFi Bank. There was no recollection of the money. The bank said, I don't know anything about it. We don't see any track where it's coming back to us.
They got fished, huh?
That was my concern.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately, because I've seen it a couple of times, and we've dealt with fraud and phishing. And so finally, I went into it at 5 o'clock. They were in the company.
On a Friday, probably 5 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah, well, it should have been, but Tuesday. And but the moving company took their furniture and charged them $2,500. They were going to take it and store it, and they didn't know what else to do with it. And somehow the title company found that money and funded that thing at like 8 o'clock at night.
Oh my gosh!
So they turned around and came back. They ended up, getting their house in there. But I mean, these guys were not young, and the stress, and so that doesn't really have anything to do with sellers or buyers. That was just something that happened.
It's a real story.
That's a real,
And
what was the reason? What was the reason? What was the cause?
They never gave us a reason. They told us that the bank, the check, the cashier's check, or excuse me, the wire was made out to the bank, not the title company.
Okay.
And they told us it was rejected. But
so I had one of those. Yeah, they wrote.
The problem with that is the money never went back to the bank that it came from. And there was never a proof of a track where it was rejected.
So it was just floating out there somewhere.
It was floating, and then all of a sudden, magically, they okayed it at like 8 o'clock at night. This was late in the afternoon. I can only think that it was the title company, and I won't name any names on that one.
It wasn't local. It wasn't
local. It was in a different county.
Yeah.
So down the street.
Not Lake Kiowa.
No. Not Lake Kiowa.
Jack Russell.
There you go.
Jack Russell.
Yeah, that's old Fraser's dad.
Yeah. So, see how that is when you're 52? Yeah, that's how it goes.
For Fraser, that's cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah.
I called it. I said we'll be like in segment 3, and Bubba. Well, back in my day.
Back in my day.
Date the rate.
I was talking to a title company today, and somehow he and I ended up we were talking about all of our he's a one-wheeler and I'm a skateboarder, and we were just talking about our injuries and hurt and stuff, and I'm sitting there going, I said, now like when I bend my knee it hurts, and we're sitting there, he's going, my shoulder this, and I was going, oh my God, we're getting old.
Yeah,
remember we used to talk about our parents and stuff, that's all they do when you hear those conversations.
Lunch today, and we had the same conversation. I was just talking about getting off the floor. It's like, how many times did you groan? Like,
yeah.
So, but how's it go with a one-wheeler and a skateboarder? Because I feel like that's back in the day, and you might attest to this, it was like rollerbladers. Skateboarders, like, you look good, you're
scooters.
Yeah, like
the scooters, man. Scooters are, I'm still not a fan of the scooter, because I mean they're just not the same. Like skateboarders, they understand, like, okay, you're here, I know where you're at. Let's not get in front of you while you're doing anything.
We're a very elite, cohesive group.
And very aware of your surroundings. And scooter people, no, they're not. They just roll right in front of you and wipe you out or whatever. So, I'm still not a fan of scooters. Hope you're not a scooter guy.
I don't ride anything anymore.
Do you ever skateboard?
No.
Dirt bike?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured you're a dirt bike guy.
Yeah.
There's a Polaris. Is it a Polaris or a golf cart?
Which one? These are from a Polaris Ranger back in the day when I ate some asphalt.
I remember those damn three-wheelers.
Oh, yeah.
You always back of your calves, man. Remember you putting your foot down for whatever reason. Yeah, you knew better, and you just...
Yeah, that's good stuff. No, I don't miss the three-wheelers. They were fun. Most dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I rode a bull once.
Rode a bull? Like a real-life bull?
Colbert, Oklahoma. That's where you had to go to do that. $5.
Yeah.
1995.
And were speeds? Remember speeds?
Yeah, that was out there in the country. Out there,
you go be a teenager and go out there and buy beer.
I'm gonna check out real quick while y'all talk.
Yeah. Yeah, $5. Yeah, you probably had to go to the beer store and have a few of those before you went in there. And did that.
So they had a real life bull in this.
No, they had a lot of bulls.
Okay.
And for $5, depending on how good you were.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anybody, even Texans.
Okay.
And we rolled in there and we were like, hey, we're never rode before. They were like, yeah, we know. And we
by your shoes, we could tell.
yeah, by your loafers. And so we
The pop polo
yeah, Guess jeans, tight roll. And so we got, I said, what I need an easy one. He said, no. So they pulled out this Holstein. If you know what a Holstein is, it looked like a milk cow, but it was a bull. And they came leading this thing out, and they called him Larry. And so I was like, Larry doesn't look too bad. And so
Larry.
I got on the back of Larry's back, and Larry bucked me off very quick.
Yeah.
You can imagine how
you do the whole spill, like you get in the gate and it goes out, or you just jump? Okay.
The whole thing.
Okay.
No protection.
Well, I mean, it was
90s.
80 or 90s.
Tuffy hadn't been hurt yet.
Helmet. What's a helmet?
No helmet. Yeah. No gear.
Lane Frost was still around.
Yeah. That was tough.
Yeah.
Got thrown off, got up, and I would never do that again. Or I encourage anybody at 20 maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's you hadn't really felt power until you fell on the back of a bull.
Yeah.
Bucking. It's different. It's not like a linebacker. It's not like a linebacker.
You felt real pretty, didn't you?
I felt a lot of
I'm
things.
getting back to Texas.
I couldn't
get over
breathe.
that river.
Yeah, hit the ground. No, I wouldn't say that we bought beer over there. That it was Oklahoma beer. I would say that we probably did buy that in Texas before we went over there. No
They used to have like the higher percentage, didn't they?
And here,
it's always
Here had it.
Yeah,
yeah, not Oklahoma.
yeah. Because I was going to school in Oklahoma, and I'd come home. They were always wanting me to.
Yeah.
Oh, better put that disclaimer up.
Back when you were 12, driving to school.
Yeah. Do I need to make any disclaimers for anything?
Oh, we got
here?
them. We got them up.
Yeah,
Luke's got our back.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
You sign an NDA when you leave.
Yeah, when you leave
we put it
here.
on YouTube. But.
Yeah.
Hope I can
This
walk
ain't
out
not
here,
like
man.
P Diddy NDA, but it's close.
Well, do we gossip? Do we talk about news? Because there's some.
Yeah, there's some news. This is our. Yeah, we'll roll into the little news. I think Luke Dog just put up the disclaimer, so we can. Yeah.
So we could talk Epstein. Are we talking Epstein?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right. What you got? P Diddy's old
gone.
news.
P Diddy. Well, they know Epstein list apparently the same week that P Diddy got acquitted.
Yeah.
So yeah. Somebody else wants to take the mic because I could go a long way with this one. It was a good week for sex offenders.
Yeah.
It's a good week for It's a good week for Coldplay.
Yeah, Coldplay.
Coldplay's back in the news.
Yeah, right. Like you really hadn't heard much about them. So they played. Where'd they play here recently?
I think that the meme happened up in Boston.
Yeah, that was in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There was some news around here about them recently, but yeah, that dude.
Oh man. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell is he thinking?
That's a real dude too.
Yeah.
We're having fun with it, but I was thinking today.
No,
his life's over.
Well, yeah. I mean, how
he's getting.
We can't
No,
say
it's
we're
like,
divorced.
it's
We were
like,
on
yeah,
camera.
he could be pissed off at Coldplay and the people at the stadium. Well, that's not where it's at now. It's all over. Like he's memeing.
It's
mean. I mean, it's out of control.
I heard the wife already changed her Facebook profile. And,
I mean,
Checked her last night.
dude, it's got to be brutal.
It's gonna be hard to stay with him moving forward.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm not saying the dude doesn't deserve it. You know what I mean?
He's a real piece. He's
I mean,
it was head of HR that he was with. So what's the irony in that?
Yeah, he's probably. How many people have they probably fired because they were dating a coworker or something, right? And then this, say douchebag, does what he does.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are you for real?
Yeah, are you for real?
So.
Yeah.
I'm scared of HR.
Yeah. Well, he apparently wasn't.
No.
So.
No. Well, he started the company, right? From what I.
Yeah, I think he was the CEO of it. But
yeah.
I like the Chris Martin from Coldplay. He's like, as soon as they dipped out, he's like, "Oh, they're having an affair." He knew it immediately.
What did he say? They were. He said something, or they were having an affair,
or they were real
shy or something.
Yeah. So,
Well, you know how I found it this morning that Grayson County.
Scanner or
burner
or whatever it's called.
It used to be T, and then I think they changed their name, Grayson County T.
That's the new T.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that the new T?
Yeah, I think they got locked out of Facebook or something. Yeah. Does anybody know who that is?
I don't know. The dude was funny though. Like he was like a true comedian. Like
he's quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
I've heard.
If y'all know who that,
let's get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think I could probably.
I
I might could produce him with enough coercion. I don't know the man, but I know the myth. Mm-hmm. I think I might know.
Okay.
He exists.
Yeah.
And he's not as old as we think he is. I don't think
everybody has
I was
theories,
picturing him in his 30s, maybe.
Yeah, see, I thought he was our age because he knows so much history, but I think it's his parents. Mm-hmm. He's getting this news from the 80s.
Okay.
And so he may not be as old as us, but he knows things about the mall.
Yeah, because he'll reference back to some old school stuff.
Way back to the 80s and stuff, yeah. So I was assuming he was older, but I'm thinking he might be in his mid-30s.
I think elder millennial.
Yeah. It's funny. Mm-hmm. And I woke up and saw that on Facebook this morning, and I was like, well, there's a local divorce attorney that's taking on this case. And the case turned out to be the Coldplay case, and I don't think that the local attorney, I don't know if we can name names in there, but it was hilarious, man.
It'll be, if knowing him, it'll be a billboard real quick.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah, it was a billboard.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the part of the show where we ask our guest about some pet peeves in their industry. And so, I mean, we all have pet peeves and in life in general, different things. So, do you have any pet peeves?
I've had I've had just a couple hours to think about this, and I think one of my pet peeves right now is what we've talked about off and on throughout this is people just got to get over themselves. I talked to Heather McAllister today. She said that on Facebook. Yeah. I asked her how bad was it, and she had a deal fall apart over $300. And you think in this world, and I was eating lunch with the realtor. She was like, "Well, I'd never let that happen." And I said, "I can assure you, Heather would not let this happen. Yeah. She's a great agent.
About the $300, yeah.
She's not going to let it fall apart over $300. But the seller was so hard headed in that situation. He dug his foot down. He wouldn't dig an attic ceiling fan. And this old lady needed an attic ceiling fan, and he said no. She finally had enough and was like, I'm done. I'm not going to do any more. Both agents agreed to pay for it, and the seller said, nope, it's a matter of principle now.
Oh, my God.
The old butthurt seller.
Yeah. And took credit for being an a-hole. Was proud of it and laughing about it. It was over. Look what I did. What in the world? Why is there a seller out there? There's no rules. I get it in real estate, but good gracious, man, come on! If you want to sell your house, it's like I don't think.
Yeah, why put it on the market?
I don't even think some people are being realistic right now on the seller side, and I'm representing the buyers. No offense to sellers, but if they would just listen to you guys, I would say my pet peeve is don't overlist your house unless you're just waiting for one of my buyers to come in and offer $100,000 less when it's been on the market for 90 days because that's what they're waiting to do.
Offended by
that. These buyers aren't in any hurry. Yeah. They're patient. They know they're going to get a deal, and they're probably not going to get that deal in the first day or two. Yeah. Being on the market, they know that. Doesn't mean they won't offer. Try. Yeah. And but set them out there in 90 days and. There is no such thing as an insult. I don't think after that, there's some more stuff coming in.
I don't look at offers as an insult anyway.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. I think if, as a seller, you have your, I don't know what you call it, like a starting price or whatever. It's driven off data, but some of that it's obscene. As a buyer, I do think there's hey, and on some of those, I'll try to talk to the realtor ahead of time, this is this, and this, and this is why, and that kind of deal. But to think of, and I think that's a big thing in real estate is people taking things way too personally. Yeah. You can put that as a pet peeve if you want. It. But
and it's a business, and as you get into commercial, if I'll sell some commercial or we deal, it's business. Yeah. And I think
that's why I try to tell my sellers this is a business transaction.
It's business, and when it bleeds over into the personal and they let the emotion get in the way. That's why people do commercial finance and commercial, sales versus residential. Sometimes the emotion piece is the hardest thing to control. And so I know it's your house and it's better than everybody else's and worth a little bit more. But at the same time, I think you guys, I don't want to speak for what you guys are doing, but I think the most aggressive and the most effective is the ones that are slightly underlisted. Yeah. And nobody wants to hear that.
It's always really, truly, it's always, if you're going to list just a hair below market, and that's the most attractive, so.
But it's not a popular, you don't want to hear that. I can always come down. Well, if you're going to, yeah,
I mean,
you better plan to come way on down
right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you got to always say put your best foot forward right now.
Yeah,
because if not, I akin it to you're chasing the market down. So you're like in last place trying to catch everybody else.
Correct.
And they're the new hot thing, commodity. So
had a buddy the other day say it's a race to the bottom, you know, and so if you start at the bottom, work your way up a little bit. Well, we have 2 that are over asking right now. Same exact thing. We're only 10,000 on one, and it's 10,000 on both of them. But it was the same situation, man. You get 2 or 3 guys involved. They're like, "Oh my God, I hope they don't make an offer. We better go 10,000 over." It was worth the money. You know, this was a good buy, and they know it.
Yeah,
it was a good buy going into it. So if it's a good buy, would you pay 10 grand more? Most would.
Yeah,
yeah.
Kind of set the market that way.
Yeah,
FOMO.
Yeah,
it's fear of missing out for you.
Yeah.
Hey, I had that 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had FOMO?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Let's
pretty
hear
bad.
that story.
I was at a 4th of July parade, because that's what we do over at Lake Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
People drive their golf carts and stuff. We're going to be in it next year. Probably won't win it.
Yeah.
No, I saw some pretty good stuff, but we're going to try. And we went over there, and there was another party that, you know, I knew the guys were going to go to, but I'd already made, you know, prior commitments, and I couldn't get over there. And anyway, we saw a picture of them. There was 20 or 25 of our probably best friends over there, and I thought, I missed out.
Should have went.
Yeah, and so
you only live once, Lynn.
I think it's the first time in my life I've really had it.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it really struck me. Like I wished I could have went.
I love it. I love it. As 50 plus years old, you're like, God, I really wish I'd have went to that party.
Yeah, that was the one. I've had one time.
Not college, not high school, but
I talked to the people too, and it got.
I bet
weird.
it was a badass party too. Like Iowa.
It was, and I talked to them about it later. I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry I missed your party," and they were like, "Hey," and I said, "I've never been to y'all's house," and that's even worse. And they said, "Well, you had your one shot, and it's going to be hard to get back on the invitation list." And I was like, Angie, I've already talked to Scott.
Yeah. Oh, so they did invite you originally, and you didn't go?
They invited me.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. But I couldn't go.
Yeah.
I already had prior engagements, so they told me no, and
so you're blacklisted in Lake Iowa.
Kind of. I'd already talked to her husband off record, like, "Hey, I don't know how this happened. I couldn't get over there." And then she and one of her friends started, 2 at a time, yelling, "You can't come back. You're banned because of this." And I was like, "I've talked to your husband."
Wait, they were yelling at you?
Drinking and talking loud,
Yeah.
So
they take not going to parties personal over there.
Yeah. They got upset.
I wouldn't do well at Lake Iowa.
No. No. And so, I've already talked. And so she'd asked me, "Do you think," because he said yes and I said no, "that you're going to go?" And I said, "Listen, I appreciate you trying to keep me away from your house, but it's not working."
Yeah.
No, so I'm going.
See, this is what I call the takeaway clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's taking away, making it more desirable for you.
She don't want me there,
which
makes me want to come.
You're going to show up with gifts and drinks. And,
oh yeah. You're like, why does this person not like me?
Yeah.
And you can't take like beer, keg beer. That's
not
party ball.
Yeah.
That's actually take a party ball. Remember the old Coors Light party balls?
If we could locate one of those, that would work.
You moved from Gunner to there, right?
Yeah.
And Gunner's pretty exclusive as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of like I got to get into that. So, so
yeah, Gunner's it's a different Gunner, and it's a good Gunner. It's if you want to go win a state championship, you go to Gunner.
Yeah.
Well, they still have the head football coach there, or did they switch out? Is it Gunner
that's
that
he retired from Gunner.
Yeah.
He went on. I don't know where he's coaching now, but we got a new head coach. In fact, I just saw the new head coach, his dad, at the steakhouse.
Okay.
Right over here a while ago, and we got to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So Jordan Gill's the new head coach. He's stoked. He's happy. Mm-hmm. He's young. He's excited.
Yeah. Is Gunner? Are they 2A still? Are they
3A?
3A.
Old
okay.
2A, but 3A, small 3A, and three-time state champion. So this will be something to go for. Some of those kids have 3 rings, and they got an opportunity to get a 4th one. That happened in Salina when I was young. If y'all remember Salina.
Salina was 2A. Yeah. They were just every year.
And they won 4, and I've got a buddy of mine. He's got 4 boys.
Oh, they're shooting for that.
Oh, yeah. 4
rings. He's like the Tom Brady of Salina.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Which Tom Brady's collecting other rings right now over there in the French Riviera.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I've got a buddy. He wrote a book. And when you think about Gunner, you think about how good athletics are. Well, Salina doesn't think of Gunner that way so much because they're the big brother next door, of course. And I've got a buddy that wrote a book, and head coach for Salina's name is Bill Elliott, and my buddy he's funny. I mean, he says funny things. He's a comedian, and he wrote this book about Bill Elliott, the head coach down in Salina, and it's called I Piss Excellence. And one chapter's, God, nobody from Gunner's going to see this before it happens. It's coming out August 1st, but one chapter's dedicated. It's called
Wait, what did you just say? No one's going to see this
you
before?
Just run the disclaimer.
No, nobody's.
There it is. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, nobody from Salina's going to see this. From Gunner, I mean.
For Gunner.
The Gunner is going to be upset because it's Salina that said,
there it is.
try, and if you can't win, go to Gunner. That's the philosophy in Salina down there. So they're laughing at us. I mean, they're beating us, but they've also got 50,000 people down there, you know. But we've got to play them again. They're going to come to Gunner. How in the world they're coming to Gunner's? We can't even handle Pottsboro and Gunner at that little stadium over there. But Salina's coming.
Yeah, that's weird. It's such a small little stadium.
It's just tiny. We don't have the money. I mean, it'll probably 28 or 29. They'll get one, but it's going to be a while.
What's all wrapped
up? Wrapped
up that BNSF plant over there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They'll let all those plants in there.
For Trish in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There for the Gunner people. I did not laugh at you. I'm laughing with you about the BSNL.
When's the next election? When we get in City Hall?
Oh man, I don't know. I went to one of those city council meetings.
Well, I bet
and it was
didn't they all like
man.
quit? Like literally every one of them.
They quit.
And then they were having a what's it called? Like the mayor. They were trying to like revoke her or whatever.
Oh my God! So, yeah, it all happened, man. First time in Texas history a city council resigned.
Mm-hmm. Like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
so I mean,
not just like one, but like the whole.
Yeah.
So
and a lot of those guys are my friends. I would defend them. Everybody's like, "How can they quit?" Well, the whole town told them to quit.
Yeah,
they quit, and then the whole town was like, "Hey, what?
Hey, what?
You can't do this." Yeah. And they're like,
I feel like that's kind of the whole thing with Gunner and the BNSF is like we want cool stuff, but like don't let us grow any, So
that's the funny part. It's like I've been here for 2 years. I moved here because it was small. Now we're growth.
Well, it's like me. I grew up in Pottsboro. It's the same mentality.
The same thing for Sherman. I mean,
even Sherman's.
Everybody wants a Costco or an HEB, but they don't want people to move.
Yeah,
here.
they don't want the rooftops to support it.
Yeah, just a little bitty one.
It's my mom and pop HEB store.
Yeah.
I think we're all Grayson County boys here. It's not much different. We wanted to think it was, north and south, but I think it's all pretty much the same. Now that we're over there in Cook County, there's a little bit of difference.
It's a little bit different over there.
Yeah. Some good, some bad.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. Some good, some bad.
If that's as bad as you do, I think you're doing okay. There's some bad things.
Well, Lynn, I appreciate you.
Man, thank y'all for having me. This is fun. I mean, I had a good time visiting.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know if we.
So you started tonight. Tonight you were starting your celebration of your anniversary.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Anniversary's tomorrow.
Yeah. It'd be 17 years. We did the calculations, and then my wife has a birthday cookie on Sunday.
Dang, so back to back.
Yeah, and so generally we're gone. This is, I think, maybe the first or second time that we've not been gone on this little weekend, but. We're leaving for Silverton, Colorado Tuesday in its place.
Nice.
So we're going to go up there. We wanted to make sure it got hot.
In
July, 1st of August, really push it out there. So, it'll be 45, 48, 48, somewhere like that. I'll think of y'all. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
in your coat.
Underwear. No underwear. I've talked to a guy that just got back, and he was like, dude, you're from Texas.
Yeah.
Go out there in your underwear, enjoy the cool. So, I mean,
hell yeah.
I got longer underwear, so I should be fine. Warm.
Yeah. Well, I think
Disclaimer.
we'll end it on the underwear right there. So, yeah, there you go. Disclaimer. Appreciate it, Luke Dog.
Captain Underpants. So you can change your name from Lynn Reed to Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants. All right, y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us here at Are You For Real. Lynn, thanks again, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
That's good stuff, man. Good fun.